too.
It'd be something if Stubbs started the stream like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got yelled at this morning for drinking the entire pot of coffee. That's messed up.
Dude, I got yelled at when I was driving an e-bike yesterday in Sherwood. It was wild, man. He was like, "Hey, get off the road. This isn't your lane." And I did what any natural.
A beer bottle at you?
No, but I did what like any normal human being would do, and I followed him to his house on the bike, got off the bike, and I was like, "Hey, let's have a discussion." And he was like, "Oh, no." And I was like, No, I'm not here to fight. I was like, I just want to talk. And now he's subbed to the channel. So, hey, Caden, we're good now. I hope you had a good rest of your day.
That would not fly in Arizona.
He was
There's
like 18.
various reasons why that wouldn't fly.
No, I was like, listen, youths of the nation, let's teach you some respect. I was like, this just, I can bike on the road. Sorry, I wasn't going fast enough for your youthful energy in your truck there. Let's have a discussion. And then we did, and we ended up being friends. Yeah, that's how I resolved some shit. Anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. That's one. Today, we have look at this, the Anbernic RG55G1 in the flesh and a case.
The choice of a new generation.
I have not touched this. I have not unboxed it. I haven't even prepped it for the show. So my impressions are going to be raw. Also today we have Mr. Rob there to Tech Dad. As always, he's been working on his unit today.
As much as I can, yes.
He's going to share some gameplay and impressions. Yes. And as well as, of course, Mr. Michael Benny is back this week. Hello, sir. You're going to be leading us the charge through Spec Town. Let me unmute your mic, maybe.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yeah, right on through Spec Town.
And you're also from the @Retro Lunchtime YouTube channel, Retro Lunch. Welcome, and thank you for joining us. And introducing Mr. Nick. Nick is a writer for our website. He handles all of the not e-waste. Well, I guess I'll call it e-waste. Do we call it e-waste? The budget
I call
segment?
it e-waste.
Okay, good.
E-waste connoisseur.
Like the sub $100 devices, you really love that stuff. And so for the first time, we're like, hey, you know what? Let's get you on the show, man. I want to introduce more of the staff to our audience and sort of have this cohesive thing. So I'm excited to have you. And I know you have your G1 as well here. We have the Indigo and we have the Retro Gray. And Zoo may or may not drop in unhinged with his black unit to show us that one as well. So
is there really ever a time where Zoo is hinged?
I don't know. I was watching his Neo video yesterday, and that was pretty wild. So excited for his new journey. Well, everybody, audience, how you doing out there?
Knuckleheads, I'm not joining you live on account of I'm probably asleep because I have a job and I live on the East Coast and I have kids that like to wake me up and I got to leave for school at 7:30 in the morning because they got to be there at 8. It's a racket. But I did want to talk about the RG, what's it called? The 55G1? Where's the damn box? Wait a minute.
It's over there, Zoo. Oh, no.
Wow, he's doing live editing.
Yeah, the 55G1. I don't know who the hell names these things. I can swear more because it's after dark. Poo poo pee pee fart poop urine buttocks anus.
Oh,
how about that? Anyway, real quick early first impressions on this. I've had it for a couple hours now. I've been playing some Dragon Ball, PlayStation 2, and I tell you what, you probably already mentioned this, but it's going to come down to price and everything. It's always price is critical. I'm talking like this is going to live and die on price. If it's 140, maybe you wait and it goes on sale at 110, 120. Okay, I could see this as a slightly over $100. It looks kind of like a Switch Lite. It can't play Switch games well. It's continuing a trend, but for a little bit over $100, it's like the Mang Mi Air Y of the current year, 2026. That's what I'm so tired. But yeah, if it's over that, it's sunk. I mean, everything about it is decent. It's just it's a head scratcher because why do they keep doing this? They started with the Arc and they've done it like 6 or 7 more times. If you're gonna make something look like a Switch, maybe have it powerful enough to play Switch games. If you're gonna make something look like a DS, maybe it should be able to play DS games without having to fiddle fart with specific emulators. I don't know. That's all I got to tell you. I hope you guys are having a good show. I hope everything's going great. Michael Benny, I believe you're on it. Big Red, hopefully not. He smells awful. Oh, and yes, I will be live on the podcast next week as long as my my Wi-Fi at the hotel works. Live from Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the New England Patriots play. Oh shit, they're playing right now against the Browns. It's preseason,
That's
but I
two.
wanted to watch that. Anyway, I'll see you later.
Bye, Zoo.
Bye,
Thanks,
Zoo.
thanks for dropping by.
Best part is
Live.
that you never know if he is live or not live.
Dude, that live editing was something else. That's crazy.
It's good stuff.
All right, well, let's start. I suppose now that we've had that, I just tuned him out. La 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 la
Sure you
la.
did.
And because I want to have my own impressions. So let's do this next. Get my thoughts here. Got a new colorful setup today. Because I feel colorful. It's bright blue.
I like, your mat?
What? My mat is very colorful, yes.
It's not blue though.
It's the
No,
yellow.
the handheld, man. The handheld. Okay, all right. So we got this. That's awesome. Okay. We got the SD card. We got a cord in there and a hair from China. Nice.
Oh no.
Gonna clone whoever that is. Okay. So as you can see, oh, this is very much like a Switch. Wait. Oh
second.
no! I've done it again. It is a Switch Lite. Here's
Oh, I
the
thought he was
dang
gonna throw it
thing.
behind him. Oh, that was.
Oh no! But it
This
is.
the D-pad.
Wow.
Look at this. Gotcha. Look at this thing. So it's not exactly a Switch Lite because they put the D-pad up top. You know what? I do prefer that. It's kind of a dense little guy, isn't it? Though.
Mhm. Oh yeah. It's like a brick.
Oh, it's kind of thick. She thick?
With that much to pack in there, it must be super powerful, right?
You'd think so.
One
You'd hope so.
I hear it can't play Switch games though.
I thought
Which
you weren't
is-
listening.
Well, I did write the title of the video. It said, "Does it play Switch games?" Nobody knows.
Hey, those
We'll
indigos
test.
don't quite match up.
Not 100%. Not 100%. Let's look at some other Indigos. Well, that's straight up purple. Well, sure, we'll include it. Let's just do purple in general. Odin RP Classic. So this has the same G1 Gen 2 that's in the RP Classic you got over in this bad boy. The Retroid Pocket 6 here. This is absolutely one of my favorites. And of course, Odin 3, one of my other daily drivers.
Just going
Let's look at
Anbernic,
these.
Anbernic, that 476H versus the G1, like it's a deeper purple. So
It is. I was curious, wondering if it'd be the same, but we still have a glass front here, but now it's like a lighter color. What I would say is more blue than indigo for sure. Like this looks more indigo to me, but people say that I don't know colors, so it's anybody's game at this point. Oh no, the face buttons don't feel very good. Wait, Anbernic face buttons usually are pretty awesome. Like look at the 476H. This feels great, and the D-pad feels awesome.
but it's not it's not of the 767 whatever is
I know.
series. This is the
They're
G1.
doing
This
something-
is the
I
beginning
know,
of
it's a
this is
new-
a new generation.
Well, they're gonna
new
need
world.
to do a little bit of change. The problem, okay, the face buttons, you can feel them depressed, and they're mushy rubber membrane, but there's like an awkward, I don't know if you, on your units there, but there's an awkward kind of feeling when you depress these.
So what I think it is that there's a lot of movement. You can kind of
Yeah, it
Move
it wiggles
the,
around.
Oh
and
yeah, they wiggle, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look
I
at
mean,
that wiggly guy.
think-
Look
I
at
think
it wiggle.
The travel's nice on them. I think there's
The travel's good.
Is the bounce back? I've been paying more attention to just like the bounce back of a button once you release it. Is that where it feels a little squishy?
Yeah, I mean, this will work, but it's not their best work. They usually nail the face buttons, which
They're
is
quiet.
bothersome. Oh no. Oh no, why move away from this? This is so good. The RG476H is so good with the D-pad. This is a little again, a little awkward, like the pivot. That's
Does it feel a little cheaper? Just like it's moving
Yeah.
around in ways that you wouldn't. Yeah.
Why did
It's what-
they?
I have forced them.
Why did they change the parts out? Like, why did they? I mean, we got little sticks here compared to the regular Switch sticks. Now these are probably going to be those Hall sticks, so that's an improvement. But I do like the little bit bigger sticks you get on the actual Switch, and the actual Switch D-pad is better as well. Of course, you got soft buttons on the Switch Lite, and these. I mean, it looks like one, but that's where it kind of ends. Now the shoulder buttons feel about the same. That feels pretty good. And I do prefer analog L2 R2, and that's
for sure.
That's
It's
good.
digital on the Switch. So you're
Right.
missing that on this. Yeah. So
This
it is nice
feels-
that at least they have the digital.
Yeah, I like the shoulders. These feel pretty good. Yeah, I like those. Start and select must be down here, and then
I would assume starting select would be up top, right? 'Cause
top?
usually,
No, I
it's
think
the
you're
thing
right.
about this
Yeah, up top.
because it's plus and
So wait,
minus
wait,
on the
wait.
Switch, and then it'd be home and back on that. But the
you're right.
the
Home and back.
logos are so small on that.
And then-
I zoomed in as much as possible, and I still couldn't tell.
Yeah, and there's the Anbernic front end launcher there. 2 front firing speakers on this bad boy. Volume up and down, power button. You have active cooling. This is, I believe, the 8 GB model. Is that what you guys got too?
Yes.
Yep.
So it does come in 4 GB and 8 GB variants. Can I go through a little bit through the specs?
Yeah, man. So let's switch over to specs.
Yeah, that's
All right.
Good time to talk
I've
about
got
that.
that image up. So what do we look on here? We've got the CPU. We've got the Snapdragon G1 Gen 2. Stubbs, you mentioned it's the exact same one, which is in the Retroid Pocket Classic.
Yes, sir. This
It's
bad
a
boy.
It's a remarkably similar architecture to the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1, and I think Snapdragon 4 Gen 2. Turns out the Snapdragon 4 Gen 1 is actually a little bit more performant because it has 4 performance cores, whereas this only has 2 performance cores. So the difference, though, is that the driver stack, this can actually go up to Android 14, whereas those older chips cannot. So there is work which is done
Right.
here. It's just at a lower spec. It will come in 4 GB or 8 GB variants. If you're looking at this as a budget machine, like the budget price one is going to be a 4 GB variant, you ain't touching Switch on that. Whatever limit Switch can do on this, and I don't know, but it's 4 GB is nothing. You're looking at a 64 GB worth of storage for a low spec model or 128 GB of storage. Your screen is a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS display at 60 hertz. Goes up to Android 14. It's got Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5.0, so it's not the highest. And a 6,000 milliamp hour battery and weighs about 339 grams. Now, comparing this to the Switch, the original Switch is only a 720p screen. So just like 5.5 inches, you are getting a higher,
Upgrade.
better resolution screen with this device. I'll still
There's
go back to Anbernic does a lot of replica devices. They already
Yep.
did the 505. That was their Switch Lite device, so they're
And they
kind of
did
rehashing
OLED.
it again.
But they did OLED on that one. And it was awesome.
At the time, absolutely.
But it was lower resolution. So you are getting higher res on this IPS display.
Which is great if it has the power to back it, but we'll all discover that together, I guess.
Yeah. 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 We will see, sir.
A 1080p slideshow is good for no one.
It's a little awkward. That's what it is. Like the RG Vita, man. The RG Vita and the Vita Pro came in, and it was trying to go for that Vita style, but it was, again, kind of awkward, kind of dense, kind of heavy. And I was not a fan in the end of that one. And at least so far in the feel, I'll have to get used to these face buttons. It's like, again, anything you go into Walgreens or whatever, like you buy one of their handhelds off the shelf or whatever, those cheapo ones, maybe Micro Center, although they have the Trim UI brick now. Like these are going to be better. These are going to be a step above, but it's not going to be up to snuff as far as what we're used to with what Anbernic tends to put out, which they do have a good reputation for great face buttons and great D-pad. Of course, Retroid does as well, and these definitely are not as good as the Retroid units
I
like
will
the
say
RP6.
they're fairly quiet. They're not like
They are quiet.
they are quiet. The D-pad is also very quiet.
Yeah.
The D-pad
It
is
is, very
basically
quiet.
the Vita D-pad that we saw, and what's the other one that had it? Was it the 477 that had it?
You're right. Yeah. The 477
The
as
V.
well.
The
The
V,
V. And this is a pre-production model. That's right. So, but with Anbernic, there's
I was
barely
gonna say
nothing yeah, I'd be hard pressed to ever find a difference
Yeah.
between their pre-prods and their retail most of the time. Sure, we can hope for the best and say maybe, but I don't. We're gonna look at what we have in front of us now. Today is not a review. Today is just a first impressions unboxing, and then what we've done in our testing. We've all only had these units less than a day or so, I believe, right, Rob?
Yeah,
You got yours today as well.
I got mine last night.
Oh, last night. Okay, so you've had a little more time in the trenches with it, but so I'll be interested to hear your thoughts after you've been playing some games. But yeah, it's not the worst D-pad and face buttons. What's most important is, are they workable? Do they have false inputs? And do they work in the games? So we'll see about that.
It's interesting that they're experimenting because they've just
I like
to
that.
Anbernic. Even compared, I love the Retroid stuff, but I would say just D-pad and face buttons. I usually give it to Anbernic because my 476H was just like so solid. That they're experimenting, that's great. But I'm almost wondering if they're like, you know how it is, like, are they going to a different manufacturer? You know, they come up with the spec,
Right.
they come up with the design, but somebody else is coming with the detail for the hardware, and it's just different than their traditional manufacturer. The other thing is that just the release cycle for this has been weirder because remember, we got the announcement super early and it did not follow that like 3 to 4 week model.
No, they
So I'm almost wondering if
they
there was
actually
a
held
delay.
it to do some tweaking up with it. So
They've been waiting for a while in holding off. Yeah.
And good
It's
on them
not
for
like
doing
they
that. They
walked
should.
back specs on it or anything, though, right? I mean, even the early gameplay stuff was in the same ballpark. And
yeah, the chipset stayed the same too.
Well, it's hard to have a discussion about price, but my take on this was that if it does fit in OGB Winter, as actually something, we don't know the price yet, but you might assume that this is going to fit in that wheelhouse that nobody occupies anymore. Like you've got the Mengmis and the folks that are like right at the $100 mark, and you've got the Retroids that are at the 200 and above. That between $100 and $200 field for new devices is kind of wide open. It's just kind of a hard sell when you're getting a device which is less powered than your peers.
Right. Yeah. There's not a lot of devices in that price segment right now. And stuff,
I worry about the 8 gig model. I don't know if there's a place for that one because I'm worrying about what price that's going to be, and if it's over $150,
it will be.
Yeah, so
it will be because the 4 gig model
that's a problem. Yeah.
What we know is what we've been told is the 4 gig model at least will be under $150, but probably that means only during that first 72 hours, and you got to add on shipping. They never add shipping into the price initially, so to add those things, you're probably going to get a little over 150. Would be my guess. But if I had to take a speculative guess, I would say $140, $139.99 for the first 72. I'm just going to say that, and let's see how close we get
for the 4 gig one.
For the 4 gig,
yeah.
For the 8 gig, I mean, hey, I'd love to see like 120, 130, but
I would love to see that. Yeah,
I don't know that they're going to be able to swing it in today's crazy RAM economy.
Think about the RP Classic, and keep in mind RP Classic came out at a time pre-RAM apocalypse. I don't know if they're developing new ones or if they're just selling through the hardware they have, but like there's a 4 gigabyte and a 6 gigabyte variant of that. And when that launched, the 4 gigabyte version was under $100.
Right.
Right now, maybe there's more hardware in this between the fact that it has the joysticks, the high resolution screen, but it's the same chip. So if the chip occupies a majority of the cost, there is a version of this where this can come out under that $150 mark, at least for the 4 gigabyte version.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And let's turn this on and actually see what the first
the other thing
screen looks like.
I saw someone mention in chat about this not needing 8 gigs in terms of the chipset, and I kind of have to agree.
Yeah,
so I think there's a reason why Retroid never went beyond 6 for their SKUs, because it just, the chipset itself can't really go beyond a certain point in terms of what you're going to be emulating with it. So
right, there's weak GPU. It's strong CPU for what it is, but weak GPU, and it's great seeing Anbernic step into the Snapdragon market.
That's probably the most exciting thing about all this.
Snapdragon device. So what's exciting about this is what's going to be coming next. What are they going to do from here now that they have this partnership with Qualcomm? I am excited for that. I'll get the brightness dialed in a second, but
I got to turn this vibration motor down. This thing's going.
I heard.
I
heard that through the mic, man.
Vibrating my whole desk.
Nick,
I shared this with the guys, when I was doing my testing earlier today, and the intro for Super Mario Odyssey, where you have Bowser cutscene and the device starts shaking like crazy. You really notice how just not great those vibration motors are in there. I don't know if it's just one in there or two, but it's loud. It doesn't feel good. And it's like one of those things where you just want to turn it off and not even touch it. It's just awful.
Yeah,
Is the
so you
vibration
got-
motor, or does somebody just have a bee stuck in their house?
Yeah, that
I
is the
mean-
vibration motor for sure. That's nuts.
I didn't sign up for the bees, so
Not the bees. Not the bees.
not the bees.
I heard it's a hexagon shaped.
No.
There.
Oh, there won't be any of that tonight. No, sir. No, that's
Oh,
my
okay.
kryptonite. We can't.
Okay.
We can't be doing that. There is analog triggers. That's right, Adam O'Connor.
Yes.
And is it quieter than
Actually,
RP5 buttons though?
I wish I had an RP5 here beside me to test it, but
I just
No.
boxed one up. Let me take a listen.
yeah.
Likes
I
to collect,
think they're
collect
quite-
smudges.
I think
It
they're
feels
pretty
like-
quiet.
It feels like squishing a sponge, like a wet sponge.
Yeah, I think these are pretty quiet. I wish I had the
They're
mic
very
to actually
quiet.
pick it up.
I've got an RP5 in front of me. I just can't go side by side. So it's like RP5 is.
Yeah, RP5 is a
Yeah.
little clacky. This is
Yeah.
squishy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, these are some of the quietest buttons I've heard, so that's the benefit. So if your main focus is like, hey, I really want quiet buttons and that's my priority, well, great. These are extremely quiet. Extremely quiet. Let me get a little ASMR for you here. Oh. And as Rob requests, I'll push it like a normal person.
No, I think like for me, just been playing on it, 24-hour period. The D-pad, the face buttons, the analog sticks are definitely not. They're my least of my concerns with this device, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, we can. I can get this D-pad is. I mean, it's comfortable. Well, sorry about the noise. Gotta firm up that. I gotta get my hex wrench out and fix that.
Good job not swearing. I don't know how many we have left.
I think we get 4 in the first hour, and after that, it's
I don't
anyone's
even think
ballpark.
that's true. I
I know.
I think stuff
It's like
just
a
made
made
that
up
up.
thing. No, I think I did too. I don't know who actually follows that.
It's okay.
I think I did too.
I think we've pushed that envelope there too many times. We
I
would have
really-
been canceled by now.
It's like a urban legend about they're gonna de-algorithm you if there's too many swears. But I mean, our natural speech is very sweary, so maybe we'll add some more in. Sorry, wholesome family people. And that'll be the show for tonight. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Let's see. Thanks for the super chats.
I've heard that. Yes, I've heard that about Anbernic making their own turnip drivers for the G1 Gen 2.
It's gonna need it
It needs it.
for
It
game
needs it,
native.
yes.
Game native Switch. What else? PS2? Does that
PS2 can use turnip drivers.
We can use turnip for
You
PS2.
can do it even in Dolphin, So
Doing
there's
Dolphin,
plenty of-
Dolphin, yeah.
Yep. The thing is, I've tested a few drivers that I thought maybe would work, and I just haven't seen that performance uptick from some of the drivers that I know in the past have worked with the Classic. Honestly, the default system drivers are probably your best bet. I think it was for the Next who mentioned for PS2
Yeah.
emulation, he used a specific driver that seemed to help for.
Let's
I think he
pull
was
that up.
using Nether. I'm not sure what he was using.
Well, he tagged us in the Discord about this, and
Yeah.
Producer Sony, if you don't mind taking a detour to the Discord for a moment, grabbing just a quick screenshot in the 55G1 channel in the last, I don't know, couple hours there, he showed exactly how he got the best performance on PS2 and Metal Gear and all that. 'Cause
Yeah,
people have
and
questions
I
about
think
that.
Nick right now is playing some PS2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nick. So okay, let's move on. I kind of gave my first thoughts. Nick, what has your impressions been so far?
Better than I might have assumed, given the fact that we all knew that this was going to be somewhat underpowered. Yes, I've been running some PS2 games, just trying out favorites here and there. It'll get to like 1.5x on certain titles and look a little better. It's just the processor. I wish I could upscale this stuff and do this screen a little more justice.
Yeah. Because native resolution, I know you were mentioning it, Nick, offline, that it just doesn't look great. And I kind of agree. It looks very obviously not matching the resolution. You can definitely see the picture quality is not great.
You can see I'm filming this on an old phone, so I apologize for my
No.
picture quality. But yeah, 1.5
good.
on Vulkan, and I think this one's actually a European ROM, so it's running steady on 50 on NFL Street 2.
I like the screen though.
Oh, the screen, I really have no complaints about the screen.
Gorgeous IPS there, and the RGB lighting's a little intense.
Yeah, I got to
So
turn
it
that.
depends.
That and the vibration get turned down will be okay.
Okay.
In its
Let's see what I can do.
Power wise, like this isn't remarkably different than the RP Classic in terms of power. Like we were
No,
not pushing a
no.
lot
Right.
of PS2 and a lot of GameCube on the Classic. It's just because of the screen, it looks like a device that could play. more.
Correct. Yes.
Isn't it so funny how on the RP Classic there wasn't a lot of complaints about performance because of what you're going to be playing on a vertical handheld. People are happy with that one. It's OLED screen, very simple, doesn't even have sticks. And really what you're going to be enjoying on there, it can match what you need. It has the right RAM, it has the right CPU for that form factor. For this form factor, probably not, right?
Well, I'll give a pitch for the 8 GB version and possibly even the CPU. Look,
Okay.
it's a retro emulation focused device. We know this from the company and even the pre-installed software.
Well,
what
how's the-
about native Android gaming? Native Android
Yeah.
gaming is probably going to take advantage of that 8 GB, especially some
Yeah.
of those bigger games.
Well, how's the color representation do you guys feel?
I think the display is quite nice. I actually, the display again is one of those things where I don't think there's much of an issue. I just wish we had the hardware to back that resolution when you're talking about things like GameCube, PS2, and things like that. It's just not going to happen on this chip, you know.
And what about the fan as well? Let's do a quick sound test.
Fan
Hopefully,
is really quiet. I'm actually quite impressed by that. I tested it. I've been keeping it on balance because it seems to be just fine on that. But turbo was pretty quiet too. Fan definitely not an issue here with this device.
so let me get the brightness down there. So we're on silent now, so no noise. Let's change it to balance. Very quiet. Turbo. Still, I mean, is it on?
Yeah, I had to do the
I
same thing.
guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had to do
I
the
guess
same
it's
thing.
on.
Yep.
And
Very stealthy
fixed.
device.
Oh, you can
Mhm.
customize the curve too, so you can go from 0 to 100. Let's do 100. Okay, now I'm hearing it.
Now I hear it. Yeah.
Can you hear it? Yeah.
You really won't need it either. I mean, I've been doing some harder stuff on this where it definitely is pushing that GPU, and you know, leaving it on balanced seems to be just fine. You
Wait,
could do
wait.
turbo, but it's quiet.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't
That's a
think I
quiet
don't
fan.
see a scenario where you're going to be doing that. You know, doing that
Fully-
full blast like that. I think that's not necessary at all.
yeah, I guess I'll do balanced. So they also have that performance button, which I'm still convinced does nothing, but might as
And
well give it all
I
she's got.
I haven't had a chance to run like 3 Mark or
right, turbo.
Geekbench to
Okay.
see. What's interesting though, they've made some improvements to the Android that in terms of their build that they're using here. They actually have this really nice overlay that they've added to the control center. If you tap on that,
Which one? The control center?
right to the right of the ambient
Yeah,
light.
I'm actually in it right now. Hang on.
Yeah, and then if you pull in from the side, nope, to turn back on, and on the right,
Oh,
it's like,
it's like Retroid.
but it's nice. It's actually
Oh, yeah, that
nicely
one,
done.
that's
The
cool.
screen is nice. I like the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, the screen's pretty nice.
Colors are
Emmeric's
good.
doing really well with their screens. If this screen is the future screen for
Rooting
their
strips.
widescreen devices, it's good.
And the fan doesn't have that whine that bugs a lot of people, That's one thing I appreciate about it.
Correct. That's what I mean. Like the fan is definitely not an issue here. This device has a nice quiet fan. I mean, honestly, you won't even know it's running. I mean, on that balance setting, I just don't hear it at all.
Do a screen
I
overlay
know
there.
I'm older. I know my hearing's not as good.
Oh,
but-
whatever. You're a
but
spring chicken.
Hey, look, Nick
on.
can vouch. I think he agrees with me in terms of the fan.
Yeah. It's nice.
It's good.
All right,
Good
let's
fan.
see.
Oh, not too
Yes,
bad.
I don't know
with
if
the
everyone
whine.
saw earlier. I was showing God of War running, God of War 2, and you could see it wasn't quite full speed. I did some tweaks and stuff, and what I did was I just go to the the fast profile, and that gets you there. But I mean, again, you're using hacks to do this.
Mhm.
Retroid,
So-
can you call Max Zhao over at Anbernic and you guys make a deal on maybe get their fans in your handhelds because
Right?
they got
So,
the fans right.
I was actually thinking that how funny that is. Like, there are things I like here. There are things I like on the Retroid handhelds. Why can't we just somehow get a company that just takes a little bit of everything and puts it all together, and then we'll get a really nice device?
If they would just all meet around Arthur's
get a round
dancing
table,
round
put them all
table,
there. Yeah.
you know,
They're-
you
they're
got to get.
pushing- Go Good.
There needs to be a meeting of the minds and to get over their competition with each other and be like, hey, let's make the most ultimate handheld ever. They got to bring Russ out there.
That's the end of the game, man. Then we're
Yeah.
done. What are we going to talk about ever again?
I don't know.
Don't worry. Anbernic will give us something to talk about.
Don't worry.
Well, the Retroids are pulling more power, so they have to spin faster. Whenever, like, it doesn't matter what shape of fan you have. If you got a little fan that's going really fast, you're gonna get that noise, kind of like no matter what. The only way
You
to fix it
enjoy
is
fans
to
for
do
the
it-
shape.
My favorite is the Thor when you go like you move it, and that's aerodynamics, that's physics, but it's like like every time you move it.
The AYN has their own issues with fans sometimes.
Oh yeah, I
too.
had to replace my Odin 3 fan.
Yeah, the Odin 3 fan bugs me. Glad I'm not the only one, but
Yeah, and I mean, like, using this for the past 24 hours, I think the build quality is on point. I think it's nicely put together. It is definitely hefty in the hands. It feels very solid. I don't have as much of an issue with the face buttons, the D-pad, the analog sticks are nice. The caps are a little bit on the smaller side. Would love to have seen bigger caps, but you can swap them out. That's a nice thing with these sticks. Yeah, I mean, it just really comes down to performance. Like we're just, it's like Zeus said, price is going to be the key thing here. It's either going to make this device or break it, and I worry about that. So, yeah.
wonder why they have the default set so that B is the action in RetroArch. I'll have to go and switch that. Not A.
This is a playable PS2 experience. This is nice.
Mm-hmm. The thing I was thinking about though is, I feel like, let's say what the 8 gig model goes for at that price point. Which I mean, I'm making an assumption. Let's say it's 160 to 180, something like that. Which I hope is not that expensive. But if it is,
A little high.
why wouldn't you just go out and get a Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, which, by the way, is still for sale on Amazon for $175 and is more powerful, and we know its limits, we know what it can do, and it can do more than what this can. And
Yeah.
then, again,
Yeah, it's about the same size. It's kind of the same idea, definitely. The screen drives me nuts on that handheld. I never did
the 4
like
Pro
the
does
screen.
not have a good screen.
does
Compared
not
to this.
have a great screen. So again, we have this funny, torturous situation of wow, the screen's beautiful. I wish we could put this in our 4 Pro.
G1. Okay, I got it right.
Okay, good.
RP4 was lower resolution in addition to the screen being kind of
Yeah,
weird.
and it also had, I feel like it had like a little bit of like a blur, ghosting to it. I mean, the refresh rate wasn't as quite as good on it.
Right.
But again, like,
There's no light
let's
bleed
just say
either.
it's
Like,
180 for the 8 gig.
yeah,
Why
no-
wouldn't you run out and get an RP5? I mean, you're getting Snapdragon 865 for not a lot more money. So it's just, this device might be occupying a very weird space, but not bringing a lot with it. And that's kind of what I'm worried about with this device.
So I
This
have a
has-
conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Give it to us.
Everybody put on your tinfoil hats, put on your hazmat suits.
Okay.
Do y'all remember the Retroid G2 that just kind of came and went?
Oh yeah, I was just writing about it.
You know that Qualcomm has been pushing this G1, G2, G3 series of chips. Like, this is our front runner. This is for gaming. This is what, like, it would almost make sense to me if like they had to do this and get it out there. Just
Kind
so
of like what Ioneo has been doing with all the Qualcomm chips that they've been using.
Yeah.
And this is we're in August.
Yeah, but
If this is what it takes to get the good chips for the holiday period, then they just kind of have to get through this period to get to the good chips.
these are gimped chips too. These new chips, they're just go back in time. Give us a Snapdragon 865, like something, even what we have here in the Mangmi and the Pocket Max. They put a 865 in here.
Yep.
Beautiful big OLED display.
Yep.
Very comfortable handheld. And you have all the power you're gonna need in here. That would have been perfect. An 865 would have been so perfect in this. It drives me nuts. But they're establishing that partnership, and I'm sure, like you said, Michael, like Qualcomm probably is like, this is the chip you got to put in it.
And I'm looking at chat right now. A lot of
Gen 2.
people are mentioning the
RP6.
G2. The
Yeah, the
G2 would have
G2.
been awesome.
G2 would
to
have
put
been
in here.
great. That was such a good chip that Retroid did. Now we have the RP6 with the 8 Gen 2, another tried and true chip. The RP6 is so good. Pi Studios, anyone else think the G2 Gen 2 would have been better?
100%.
Yes.
Amazing chip.
Especially for that screen. It's just, it comes down to cost and how much they really want to invest in this chip. If the 865 is well known,
Ooh.
and then the Gen 2 the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is well known.
I
Guys,
think this is probably the most frustrating thing about this whole thing is just the chip. Honestly, everything else is actually pretty nice. I actually like this whole package as a whole, but the G1 is just not quite it.
And Russ here saying the G2 is so close to 8 Gen 2 power.
It
That
is,
would have been
yes.
great in the 55G1. Now,
Yeah.
guys, as I'm playing an actual game, one of my favorite test games, it's for PS1, Twisted Metal 2. Awesome game. The squishy buttons actually work pretty well for PlayStation, at least. Like, I kind of like that feel as I'm actually playing.
Yeah, like the controls, like I was mentioning earlier, the controls for me, it's
They're not
definitely an
bothering
issue.
you.
No, not
Yeah,
at
I'm
all.
kind of getting over
Yeah.
that now. It's like
Yeah.
I'm in the game, and I kind of like that squish. For some
No,
stuff,
it feels good. Yeah, it feels good to me. It's funny how much it
Here, Axel.
reminds me of the good old RP4 Pro.
Now, if this could sell
No,
at a similar
no.
launch price to, I think Zoo even brought it up, the Mengmi Air X, and outclass that a little bit, is that
Yeah.
where they want to land? Because you weren't getting any PS2 on that device, or very, very, very basic stuff.
That would be
Ow.
nice. But sort of like at $100 mark. I just in this Rampocalypse world, it's so hard to tell. I don't
Yeah.
even know how Mengmi was able to do it. It
So
would be
that-
great to
That
compete in
was
that
$100
space,
bucks
but
at launch too. So I mean, if they could meet
And
that,
it's,
that'd be
it's
incredible.
still
but
100, yeah. It came back to 100, which is nice. Yeah.
But that
Also
didn't have 8
4
gigs of
gigabytes.
RAM.
No, but this
The
is
problem
available
is
in a 4 GB SKU.
Yeah.
The problem is this thing doesn't really need 8 gigs of RAM. That's the biggest problem.
True.
It's like
Yeah.
that high end SKU. If you're going for it, you might as well look at something else. If you're gonna drop money for that 8 gig SKU, I feel like the chip doesn't go well with that. You know, in terms of that configuration. I'm trying to think about the 4 gigabyte model, right?
Yeah.
Let's say it's 140 early bird price. What else do we have around that price point? Because I mean, again, like
Well, your
with
mom.
God of War 2, I'm doing hacks. Like this is not, just pure power running at native resolution.
Sure.
It can't even handle that. So what do we have that's not quite PS2, but can do some PS2 that's around $140? Because that's the only thing I can really think of where this might sit somewhere.
Well, give me the 476H, especially in the aftermarket, you can get a lot of those.
Oh, yeah.
In the aftermarket, yes, for between our community, but
That's
talking
a
about
good
folks who are
point,
buying
yeah.
it new.
Yeah.
But in the aftermarket, there's a ton of stuff which is in that $150 range. Which
What
would
is
be
something
And
like
I
the
saw some people
$600
mention it in
range
chat.
going
They were
forward?
getting it for like $100 for a 476H, which is insane. That's a great price.
But in terms of new on the shelf, yeah, brand new on the shelf, there's just not a lot out there in that range.
Yeah, and we have to like take into consideration obviously things that's going on with storage and RAM and all that too. So, I feel like this is one that if the community has some interest in, especially if something like Gamma maybe can extract a little more performance out of it.
I think if anybody can do it, Gamma can do it. And I don't as I'm starting to play on it, it's like I don't hate it, but it's not their finest effort so far. I can feel them experimenting here and trying something, and I want to believe in that. And I'm looking forward to the next device. It has the right look, and I actually am enjoying the buttons, like I'm saying, and the screen is gorgeous. But I think it depends on what you want to play on this. If what you want to play is like what PSP, playing some Mega Man X Maverick Hunter.
Yeah,
Here,
PSP is pretty good. I
PSP
did
is
test
good.
Metal Gear Acid 2.
You
for the
did? Okay.
community, some in the community, and it was running fine. I think I had it at 2x. So
Can we
no,
show
no
that?
problem there. Yeah, let me hop
Can
in
we pull it up in a few? I think people are very interested to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I think PSP scales. I mean, this looks good for this system, definitely. But if you're expecting Switch, I know Russ was mentioning it's like, no, it's not going to get there. Oh, we got some San Andreas.
Mm,
How does this feel as a precursor to the future? Because remember, this is not the holiday release. The holiday release has got to be the big one. Like if the form factor is
Right.
good and the screen is good, I was
Think
very
they're warming
excited
us up
that.
or something?
I do, because that screen in the slide was not great, but the screen was amazing. And once it made its way into better devices, it really started to shine. I'm thinking
Yeah.
whatever they're experimenting with here might lead up to something very special.
For my big old fat man thumbs, well, I'm not as fat as my thumbs are, but the the squishy buttons are growing on me. I'm like, I just haven't used this style, like this level of squish before.
Again,
do
it feels
like
good
that.
to me. Yeah,
I do like that.
and they're
Yeah.
quiet. I was very impressed by how quiet they are.
pretty
They
nice
feel
for
good to press
PSP.
down on. Yeah, no, that like that's definitely like I was saying, the least of my concerns
Look
here.
at the color.
It is almost not even a concern in my opinion. So
That vibration, my God.
the vibration motor just
Yeah, it's
just
insane.
That'll
just
wake you up.
take it apart and yank it out because it's not good.
We turn that off.
I think you guys
It's
kind of
rough.
nailed it, though. It feels like the most end of August release ever. This is a stopgap solution before the holiday push. Like, this is not a flagship device, and I think they know that. And
Right.
this is just kind of filler before we get probably 2 more releases in the year.
Like,
Maybe
this was
3,
to
I don't know, or maybe just one. Maybe one big
Right.
device for the holiday. I don't know.
Like, this was kind of to establish again, like, their relationship and get the contract going for some Snapdragon stuff. And like, hey, let's do a
I know
Switch
it's not
clone
the
again.
case. I know it's not the case, but what if Qualcomm is just a fraternity and you have to go through the hazing ritual, in order to get to the good stuff? I mean, you gotta pass through a G1 gauntlet.
But this isn't hazing
Prove
for
your loyalty.
Anbernic. This is hazing for the customers, which is good for people who want. People who buy this are going to expect they can probably emulate Switch, right? They're going to expect they can emulate some Switch. Look at this thing.
I mean, I could have said the same thing about the 505 too, because it looked so Switch-like. And
But back then, we
But I'm-
didn't have Switch emulation where it's at today, though. I don't think we expected it as much back then.
no, because we're informed just from the folks like it looks like a Switch. People might get that
Right.
impression. But
Oh,
for
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good just be an Android device because everything looks like every laptop looks like a MacBook now. So every handheld looks like a Switch because Switch nailed it.
The way they have these buttons be squishy like this, I'm able to do some pretty rapid fire for my big old thummies.
Yeah, I mean, I do hope this means that
Oops! Never
in the
go
future,
under the B. Never go
they
under the B,
don't-
Rob.
they don't go back to they just stick with Snapdragon from now on out. I would love to see that for Anbernic.
I hope so. I'm hoping they're investing in that. But like Anbernic's been doing Anbernic for a while was predictable, right? When you go from the 405 to the 406 to the 407, like you kind of knew like what was coming in terms of the progression of their 5, 6, 7 devices.
Yeah.
Which by the way, I looked for the RG404. It's not found. I can't find it.
Your dad jokes are not unnoticed on this show.
It's like Arizona. We're supposed to have a highway called the 404 and the 505, except that I probably won't live to see that. So it's cool.
You getting
Yeah.
hyped for those freeways, huh?
Yeah, we could use them.
You on your bucket list, you just want to experience
That's why I
that
love
wide
to
open road.
see whatever make believe highway number they're coming up with next.
Dude, I've been watching late at night. I've been watching like history of my local town here in Portland, and it's so cool to see like how they developed the freeways and like why the cities are where they are and like all this stuff. History. I don't know why about everyone else out there. As you get older, history becomes more important to you, more meaningful to you. And the history of Anbernic here is like they've had a very long history all over the place, trying things, experimenting, and they have been hit or miss. Like some hit so good, like the recent RGSP, right? So good. Even the DS is starting to get some love now.
I keep saying it. I really do think Anbernic is at their best when they're doing under $100 devices.
Yeah, they're
like
their budget
budget
ones.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, when they start to get too crazy with like the RG557, the 556, nice to have OLED and everything, but like they're trying to compete with the big boys like in the Odin territory and the Retroid territory, and it's like they're not quite there yet. And this is them swinging more in that direction now, and I do like seeing this. And the ergonomics feel good on this too. I got to say that
3x PSP here looks pretty sick on this screen.
yeah, it does.
These colors
Yeah,
do pop.
PSP runs very well on here. I haven't really seen any issues with PSP.
Yeah, PSP might be the move for this one. Just to say, hey, this is a PSP
that's a
machine.
problem though, because there's a lot of devices that
I know.
potentially could be cheaper than this that
Well,
also do PSP well, like
what
that
about-
Ming Me,
Well, right here.
But they don't play PS2.
Look at this.
The Super
Hey,
knob.
I've
exists.
debunked
What other
that.
handhelds do you
I
need?
played a lot of PS2 on that Air X.
Oh, right.
I didn't take the tweaking time.
Look at this.
You're right.
The Mangmi RX around
It's
$100.
still crazy how good it is for $100.
It fucks.
I mean,
I'm
it
not
does.
even gonna count the swears anymore. It fucks.
No, you got to say it like it is.
Let's just say it like it is, guys. Let's just get it all out of our system here.
I think this
Yeah,
would make
this
a great
is so good.
streaming console, which I use the RX a lot for.
Yes. Yeah, you know what? Streaming is another use case we should talk about. What are those decode times? If Andrew were here, he'd be turning in his pre-grave. Has anyone tested streaming on this yet? I know
No.
it's not the first move that people are thinking about, but
So I did test an Android game, ZZZ, Zenless Zone
Ooh,
Zero.
you got that?
I did, and I was a little disappointed by this.
Uh-oh.
Not because I think the performance is there to run it, but I was kind of surprised. And this, I think, comes back to those drivers not being so mature.
I mean, hell, you could even pick up in the 150 range. You could get that game MT X8. Was it
EX8,
called?
Yep.
EX8?
EX8.
Yeah. I mean, even
It's
that,
like-
you know.
It's hexagonal shape, you know.
I know. Oh, I had to get rid of it, but some people are pretty keen on that one. We're up to fight Zero here. Hold on. Oh, I
Hey,
always forget about
to me,
that car.
With the exception of the RG Rotate, everything from Anbernic this year and even leading to December last year has been a replica.
No.
And you know they had some replica devices of other handhelds with the XX series. So this to me feels like it's the Switch replica, and then we had the Vita replica, and we had the DS replica, and the SP replica. So it,
All
like,
of which
is that
were
trend gonna
underpowered.
keep going forward. Yeah, fair.
For the systems that they represent.
Do you guys sense any kind of input delay at all as you're moving around in your games?
No, I haven't noticed anything. But I'm old. My eyes
Yeah,
are
I
not
was
quite
like-
like what they used to be. So I don't pick up on those things as much as other people do.
Yeah, it might be a skill issue on my end here, but it does feel on like the slightest delay. And I hate to feed into that. What is I believe often is a myth, but I know some YouTube reviewers out there will probably go nuts with the macro lens and test each frame out. I'd be interested to see their thoughts.
It is a
Mr.
60
Game
hertz
Core.
screen. I've grown custom to 120 hertz screens, which does help with the perceived latency, right? And we get the 120 hertz on the 476, but this is a 60 hertz.
Oh, this is a 60 hertz, but on the
It's a 60 hertz
again,
line.
their A team was cooking on this 476H. This thing is so solid for a 4x3. You get 120 hertz, but probably not all people are going to be streaming with the black bars and all that. So kind of wasted in a sense, but good for any sort of latency, black frame insertion, all that. Back to 60 hertz here. So that's going to be a little disappointing if you're going to be doing some local streaming. You're limited to that for Artemis. You're limited to that for GeForce Now. That's kind of a bummer. I'd honestly, again, twice the price, but something like the AYN Portal 2 or the Mangmi here is good. I mean, heck, if you want to go Linux, still a solid handheld is this new TrimUI Smart, what is it, the Pro?
S.
Yeah, the
Pro
Pro
S.
S.
Smart Pro Plus, whatever the
Whatever it is,
Yes.
whatever they do here. Solid screen on there, and there's a lot of options. You don't need to spend what I assume is going to be about 130, 140 bucks. I really do think 140 is where this is going to land. And
I mean, that's the thing.
for
Anbernic
performance,
they could disrupt the market a little bit and just say, hey, you know what, $120. And I'm like, okay, now we're talking.
Well, call me a bad person. Most people do. I
You're a
would
bad
take this
person.
over the RG Vita Pro at a similar price.
Oh yeah,
yes.
See,
Yes.
there you go.
I
Yeah,
do. I
agreed.
like this.
yes, easily.
Immediately love
Easily,
this more
yes.
than the RG Vita Pro. This has some charm to it. It is kind of quaint. For me, I like the ergonomics. If it weren't so dense, though, so maybe I don't even want to grip on this really. I just want it to be a little bit lighter. But I like the feel and I like where my hands rest right underneath there. I think for retro games and up to PSP and some PS2 with that turnip driver, I think you're going to be okay here from what I'm seeing of you guys and what I'm hearing. But we have any Switch? Any of you guys have Switch loaded
I do.
up
I
just
do
to
have Switch
torture
loaded
us
up.
with?
Yeah.
Okay,
I do.
let's do
Yeah,
it. Let's
I'd
just
like
look
to
at
see that.
Switch.
I'm
I'd
trying
like
to
see
load up
Switch.
Zenless Zone Zero. It's just taking its time, but I wanted to show it.
Where'd you even find your Skyline APK? I lost track of that file a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what else would play at 4 gigabytes.
Nothing disappears on the internet. Come on.
Yeah, Rob's got an archive.
I don't even need to maintain an archive. The internet maintains it for me.
Isn't that the best?
So here's Russ's thoughts on this. He had good impressions as far as comfortability, familiar design, nice screen and audio, solid controls, mostly decent for emulation. His bad impressions are GPU performance is, pretty much non-existent, right? Has the shiny front if that's a problem for you. I'm whatever on that stuff. No video out, which is a bummer if you want to consoleize it or you want to plug in your XR glasses. And deliberately mid.
That's a bullseye right there.
That's right on target.
It's
That's
the
right on
damn
target.
chip. It's the damn chip. It's making
the
this
chip
thing
holding
so
it back.
mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Yes,
We gotta get
that comment
Max.
just kind of encapsulates everything. It is waste. It's an awesome feeling handheld. They did a lot right here, and as always, there's some gotcha. There's always a gotcha. It drives me nuts.
Mid.
It just drives me nuts. I'm like,
I'll disagree with Stubbs a little bit. I actually kind of
let's
like
go.
the heft to it. It's got a good.
You kind of like it?
what was
I
the
like that
weight
it's
on
got
it
a little
again?
heavy in hand.
Well,
It's like
burns
330 or
calories.
something. Let me just look at it again.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
curious what
it's-
the weight was again on that.
It feels about the weight of the Odin 3, if I were to guess. Let's see how close I am to that. Let me get the weight scale out. Also, with the fan unbalanced and running PSP for a bit, I am feeling it get a little warm, but nothing bothersome so far. So what do you got there?
39 grams.
All right, let's see Odin 3.
Yeah, 'cause see, that's where I was like, man, this thing is heavy. I've been doing a lot with the Z Fold and a telescopic controller, and that combination is not much heavier
Switch over.
than this, which is crazy to me. So it is pretty heavy. It felt heavy too. I don't
50
know.
grams. 50 grams.
There's something
more.
about it that it's weird because the numbers don't match up like that, but it feels very heavy in the hands for some reason.
Yeah, I was taken aback when I was taking it out of the box. It's almost got like that. How Beats used to have weights in them or accused of it. It's almost got a feeling of added weight to it, but I don't dislike it.
Wow, the Switch Lite is a lot lighter than
Yeah,
that.
it's not
That's
the worst.
crazy.
I'm not bothered enough to not use it or anything. I'm just saying in comparison to some other devices in its class, it feels a little hefty. The Switch Lite is lighter by quite a bit, actually. 278 grams there versus,
Yep.
340 about. The 476H is even denser, though, I will say. Let me reset this. This is not calibrated. Come on.
No, I think
Whatever,
I do
3
think
grams
the
we're gonna
front
call it.
glass plays a role here, obviously, for sure, adding weight to that.
Come on, Vita Fit. Vita Fit!
Is that what your scale's seriously called?
Vita Fit. It's like a kitchen
Great.
scale.
It means life.
It never fails me.
The scale means life.
I broke it.
We may get into this game. I had to restart it because it looked like it was stuck at 40%. Basically, you get
there
into
we
the
go.
game and it's just you see the characters, but everything else is black, and it's just a driver issue, which was a bummer because I picked this as the one game to test for Android because I know a lot of people like testing these Android games, and I don't have enough storage to test anything else. So I'm going to uninstall this and now test something else, but it obviously won't happen for this stream. So
I would have
290s.
hoped for better out of native Android gaming because that's where the power. You need all the power you can get out of this thing, and that's where it should have shown.
Yeah, and like the Air X, let me just make sure I'm getting accurate readings here. Jumping all over the place. That looks right. 271. So the Air X is much closer to the Switch Lite, which I think is this thing is going to knock it out of the park for PSP. You don't really need more than this for PSP, I feel like.
This is going to sound really petty, but I'm very disappointed in the name of this device. I was hoping this would be Anbernic was doing so good with their naming of just like RG and then something that makes sense, not a mix of like numbers and serial numbers and whatnot. Like just call it the RG-G1.
the best part about it all was that when they said Snapdragon and the device was called the G1, we all knew it was the G1. We called it
Oh yeah,
way a long time ago. And it's just like
we knew 5.5-inch screen and a G1 chip.
they weren't. Yeah, they weren't being clever at all with that. So it's just kind of funny to me. I'm just okay.
No.
I get so tired of the numbers, and I don't need to know the screen inches. They don't even measure it in inches in
In the
China.
name.
Like, why are you putting that in the name?
We don't really need that in the name these days.
Yeah, see, like RG Rotate is nice. I mean, even RG, even the Vita Pro is fine. It's
Yeah,
like,
RGSP.
Don't put
Yeah,
the
the
numbers in
teens
there.
there on the
Stupid.
intro of Twilight Princess, not great.
Well, it is disappointing on Switch there and Android gaming. So if that's your use case, forget about it at the moment. Even
And I
even
do
with
have a
gammas,
video about Switch gaming on the Classic, but I was
Right.
specifically looking for. That's
we
great.
tested it on our live stream. I remember that we were testing Switch a
Yeah,
bit,
and
and I
so
remember we
it-
played Cuphead, and it did a little bit.
It will do lighter Switch. Now the question is, how will it do with what we have available today? Is it an improvement? Is it not an improvement? You know, I really haven't found definitive drivers that work for it. I still think just the default drivers are going to be your best bet for most of what you're going to be doing here. But let's see. I'm gonna.
Well, and here we are in chat. Thanks for your super chat. Isn't Sudachi more performant for the G1 Gen 2?
That's what I used for the Classic back in the day. So it's
Hey.
very possible that can happen where we may need to jump to something different. The only thing is, I can't tell you the last time I've had to not use Eden on
Right.
a device that's been released in the past, I want to say, year. So that is concerning.
Switch is the limit on this. Barely pushing into Switch. So with the right driver, with a little gamma love, we can probably squeeze out a bit more, right? But it's still, this is probably not the handheld to get if you're going to want to enjoy Switch emulation
no,
at all.
Just to
No.
play Celeste, it's not worth it.
Look at a
This is
G1
just- I don't
Gen
even know what's happening. These games did go in game before, so now I have to troubleshoot
Yeah.
this shit.
look at a Snapdragon 865 device to start with. Like that should be the baseline for Switch, right? Would you say, Rob?
Yes, I think that's why, again, like the 865 would be really good for a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And how much RAM? How much RAM should people go if they want to get this and they want to try 8 gigs? Probably overkill unless they're really invested in the future of the development of this device. Again, maybe we'll get a little bit more. I wouldn't hope for that. Yeah, I'd hope for that, but I wouldn't expect it.
That native Android performance on Zenless Zone Zero is disappointing, and the amount of storage that it has.
That's the other problem. I mean, I don't have a whole lot on this device, and I just installed that one game, and I didn't have enough room to install Wuthering Waves with it. So that tells you just already how I'm hitting up on that wall in terms of limitation, which is crazy.
I am enjoying PSP. I am enjoying PSP.
I will say Vita seems to be decent. I think it does require a little bit of tweaking here and there.
Yeah. Which version of
I'm using
3K?
3K plus.
3K plus. Okay. Well, Vita actually, for the games that work, you don't need a lot to make those games. If they're going to work, then they're going to work on quite a number of devices, it seems like, for Android. Like the game compatibility holds that emulation back more.
The thing I love about this too is they say turnip. What is it? What turnip? Which drivers are you using? There's a lot of turnip out there, right? We got whole lots of turnip.
Right. Nick, what are you playing?
Twilight Princess is actually kind of cruising. I don't know. This is
On Dolphin?
yeah, but MJJR2 whatever. So I'm sure this is running every type of advantage that it can.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it's working and you're
It's what
enjoying
came
it.
stock with it, so I just threw some ROMs on to see what would happen.
Someone's asking about Red Dead Redemption. I
For
don't know
Android,
about that. Yeah.
I don't have it on.
Like
Don't
Netflix
have it
version.
loaded.
Right.
I don't know how big is the file
Maybe
size.
the
I
decomp.
doubt I'd be able to download it in time.
Nah, I wouldn't worry about it right now, but it would be good to look at this maybe for your video.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like Android gaming, like native Android games, and so it's something I always try to test. And
Turn up for what?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. The RP Mini V2, 865, 6 gigs of RAM. It got it done, right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, like for this device, I don't really see the point of 8 gigs. I don't know why that SKU is even coming out. It's just going to confuse people, and I don't think there's enough here to warrant it. I mean, let's see this. Right now, I'm at 34% RAM usage for Vita 3K. So again, this is 8 gigs. You have that 4 gigs. You're still well within that percentage. So
Oh, this vibration motor in Zelda is great. See if
It's
you can
kind of
hear this.
comical.
yeah,
That's me riding the
one thing
horse.
I want to do is like tear this down and take the damn thing out.
Every single step.
Trying to see what's the toughest.
I can
Brutal.
hear it. I can
Yeah.
hear it. Sounds like the police is showing up at your door.
Yeah, woo, woo.
Woo, woo.
You can tell which games they want you to test because they put them in the top folder here. Like these are the ones they're like, hey, this will impress
Oh,
people.
yeah.
And then you got the subfolder with all the easier to run games.
No, like this, like Wipeout, I loaded myself. Dragon's Crown was on there. I did test Dragon's Crown. It runs fine. I think I did 0.75x though, just to smooth it out. But I think native should be fine.
I'm in love with the screen. That's where I'm at with it. You know, we're gonna wrap up here
it's
in a
good
minute.
Screen, yeah.
Yeah, as we kind of end the stream here a bit, you know, again, first impressions. Stay tuned for our various reviews and further thoughts. I need some time in the trenches with this one. I am interested in it though. I was pretty ho hum when I first got it out of the box, but as I start to play some games that I just enjoy playing, for what I'm going to be playing on this, I got to say the controls actually feel pretty good and the screen is gorgeous, and that goes a long way for me. Switch, yeah, disappointing. PS2, gonna have to tinker with some stuff. The Dolphin and GameCube, gonna have to tinker with some stuff. 3DS, I'd be interested in, because what if they use this chip in the DS Plus? What if they use this chip there, and how does 3DS perform on the G1 Gen 2? Because I'd be interested, because if they have that, they're not just gonna stop on this device, and we know that that's probably their next device. So, you know,
The only
what benefit do we have there?
positive I would say to all of this is that it is an Anbernic device, which means that we will inevitably see sales, discounts, AliExpress coupons, and things like that. I mean, look at the 476H. I saw in chat people were saying how they got it for $100. Now imagine that this device one day you can get it for as cheap as $100, let's say, and you know then it becomes a little more interesting. So maybe not as interesting right now, but hey, you know, in a couple months, the holidays are coming up. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here with it, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to offer all sides of it.
Yep.
I like it
Like,
immediately. Again, I'm coming away from this liking it and enjoying it more than the Vita Pro. That stream, I remember I was pretty just depressed after. I was like, why? We were close, but so far, even the Vita and the Vita Pro, both of those
This
devices,
is definitely much more interesting to me. And
way more interesting.
yes,
Yeah.
and much nicer overall than both of those devices, honestly.
Yeah, I want to actually explore this a bit. Not Switch. That's just not my bag, baby. But yeah, I'd be interested to see. So stay tuned. You know, this is one I thought, like, okay, box it up, put it away for later, and we'll get back to it. But no, this is one I'll probably be playing tonight, honestly, for quite a while. because the screen and the controls. So
I should hopefully have
what
it
are
in
you gonna
impressions
do?
on the website tomorrow.
Right. Stay tuned on retrohandhelds.gg, our companion website here. We have a team of reviewers. We got Ban, who's going to be getting his, and Andrew as well, and Nick first out the gate with impressions on the 55 G1 as he continues to test here. Can't wait to read that. And then Mr. Benny here. I know perhaps in the near future we can get your thoughts in hands. And stay tuned for Rob's video. It was awesome deep dives, showcases, teardowns. Let's see what this thing can really do.
Yep, I got Mega Bonk.
Mega Bonk.
Yep.
so I
Bonking.
do want to put in the chat. There's no guarantee about what's going to be in the next dual screen device from Anbernic, if there is one.
Right.
Who knows for sure?
Yeah,
The
we
G1
don't know anything about it. Yep.
Yeah.
The G1 Gen 2 does support 2 external displays, which a lot of people say, like, why didn't they just put the T618 in the original RDS? It didn't support 2 displays. The chipset just didn't allow it. So in theory, this one can, whether they choose to use it. There's a lot of chips that can support up to 2 display pipelines, but this is an option.
Is this a LTPS IPS?
I don't know, actually. It's a good
It
question.
almost, because those screens almost trick me into thinking OLED, and I'm being tricked. So this is not a regular IPS.
It looks darn close to OLED. I mean, it's not that bright, but it's a really bright and crisp display. I mean, the screen is
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, again, I overlook some stuff when I'm immersed in the game, and that I'm not worried about light bleed. I'm not looking at, just obvious like, oh, this is IPS. I could be using something better. I'm not feeling that on this. So that's where I'm at.
Gamma, come save this device, please.
The thing is, I wonder how much is
there
being
you
held
go.
back because of the lack of really solid turnip drivers,
Yeah, and Anbernic, right? They're saying they're trying to develop their own.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll see that. In Chemical Burrito, okay, there we go. That's the answer. G1 Gen 2 doesn't support dual screens. So it would not be the chip. If there was, and people keep telling me, stop talking about the DS Plus. I don't care. I believe in it. I think there's a DS Plus. I know there's going to be something like that. So just you wait. Just you wait. I can feel it in my bones.
Think of what the Thor did, gangbusters. I mean, everybody freaked out over that. So if you
Oh, yeah.
release something that's not that expensive at this time that can play dedicated 3DS quite well, then that seems like a winner for the holidays.
Yes, sir. So, Switch Lite, 55G1. One plays Switch games, one does not as much. You decide. What are your thoughts, everybody? Let us know in chat. Love seeing all the comments here. I want to go back and read some more of these. And sorry we couldn't get to all of your requests tonight. Again, just kind of introductory, so we do have more coming. And yeah, stick around, stay tuned. We got so much more to look at as we explore, and we're in pre-production. Thanks for Anbernic for sending these over for us to test today and take a look at. We will let you know as soon as we do, as soon as we know for pricing, for pre-order information, when this is going to come out. That is not known as of today, as of this broadcast. So we will get that out as we do until the next one, everybody. I suppose. I gotta say, thank you so much for watching this. Subscribe for more, for all of your favorite retro handhelds and what we cover. Thanks to all of our supporters, our patrons, our subs. You guys are freaking awesome and make everything possible for us over at RH. Perks with us start for as little as $3 per month. Join us in our Discord to chat and play some awesome retro games. We got our Game of the Month Club swinging big into September here as we got some new games to play. And join us on Saturday. This Saturday is our launch episode. Well, we had our pilot last Thursday, but our launch actual episode of our Saturday morning handheld show, which as of now is called Saturday Morning Handhelds, hosted by Mr. Doorman Mike there. I thought he did an awesome job, and I'm going to be there on the panel with him, but he's going to take this one. He's got a bunch of topics to discuss with you guys. They've got some unboxings planned there with Triheck and Vicarious. And yeah, I'll see if my eyes are open that early, because I'm a night owl, not a morning guy.
Same.
So if you're a morning person or another time zone, we're going to offer you a third podcast to watch 8 a.m. Pacific time every Saturday for now as we kind of launch this new thing. So check it out. And we're stoked for them.
They don't play Jen and the Holograms on Saturday mornings anymore, so I guess I have time.
No more Saturday morning cartoons. We got Saturday morning handhelds.
I don't have my Ninja Turtles anymore, so yeah.
I got Donatello around here somewhere, as I tell you what. What? But yeah, anyways, this has been Stubbs on behalf of Rob. Check out at Retro Tech Dad, Mr. Michael Benny. Check out at Retro Lunchtime, Mr. RH Nick himself on retrohandhelds.gg. Producer Sony and you all saying take care of your handhelds and take care of each other too. We love you. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye, everybody.